What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new Football Manager 2017 video. Today, it's episode 2 in Building Berlin, the series that I have started with Hertha Berlin. It's going to be my long-term save, unless I get sacked, on Football Manager 2017. Now, if you've missed the first episode, go and check it out. Not much really happened, but it will be integral to understanding the series, why I've gone with Hertha Berlin, and so on. There will be a link on screen right now to that video. But today, we are starting off our Bundesliga campaign. We are also reviewing the whole of pre-season, as well as the Europa League ties that we have been playing in. If you are looking forward to this series, let me know by dropping a like on the video straight away, and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new around here. But let's get into today's episode. Okay, so as I said, we've got a lot to cover. We've got pre-season, got injuries, we've got transfers, we've got a whole host of things that we've got to cover, and then we will be playing our first Bundesliga match, which you can see is today at home against Wolfsburg, obviously starting off with a difficult match. Where should we start? Should we start with transfers? Let's start with transfers, right? So there's one right there that you can see straight away, but I will come to that in just a moment. So basically, we brought in Kyle Walker-Peters. I can't remember if that was done in the last video. I don't think it was. I think I was looking at him. So we brought him in on a loan deal, Kyle Walker-Peters from Tottenham. And we've also brought in Felix Paslak, the most recent signing from Borussia Dortmund. He went up on loan list quite late on. He can play literally anywhere down this right-hand side, so he is a decent option to have. And obviously, he's got a very, very high potential ability. Maybe if we do well this season and get quite a decent transfer budget, he will be someone that I look to bring in next season. We've also brought in Lascelles, and I'll touch on him briefly now. Basically, I want the centre-back who can come in and, you know, be decent for us and be like a first-teamer. And essentially, he was a good option for us. Obviously, the English lad, he was at Newcastle. We signed him. This is the thing. We signed him for, I'm not too sure. We signed him for 9.75 million. And essentially, I went to transfers and we didn't have enough money, but I went to the board and said, can you make this transfer happen? And I already went to the board for a player earlier in the window to see if they could bring him in. And they tried to, and it failed. So then I said, well, can you bring him in? Because the other one failed. And they said, yeah, that's a fair enough request. So they've brought in Lascelles, which is a pretty decent signing for me, to be honest. His contract and all that, I didn't get to handle. But he's only on 16 grand per week, which is perfectly fine by me. He's on a 4-year deal as well. So to me, that looks pretty decent. And then we've also brought in a player. We've sold no one, as you can see, but we're also bringing in Maximiliano Romero, the Wonder Kid. He's a Wonder Kid striker. He will be joining us from January the 9th of this season. So obviously we will get him halfway through the season. I didn't realise at first. I thought he would be coming in straight away, and then it was only once to confirm the transfer. I was like, how come he's not in our squad? Well, that's why. So we'll be getting him in the January window. In terms of the money we've got left, you can see that we've still got some money left. So it's not like we've blown all of our money and so on, which is pretty good. We've had interest in a couple of players, John Brooks being most notably. Manchester City have come in for him. He came to me saying, you know, I want to leave, and I was like, no, you're not leaving. But then he got a mood on. So I've said if City offer me £21.5 million, then I will accept. I've not transfer listed them though, so I've just said, well, that's how much you've got to pay if you do want him, and that's pretty much that. I don't think there was anyone that's really come in for anyone, to be honest. In terms of injuries, we've got a few players injured, as you can see there. Paslak probably the most notably. He's only just recently joined us, but he does have a strained wrist, which will keep him off for a couple of days. And obviously our striker, Ibisvik, you guys, I don't even know why I've chose to go with a German team, to be honest. I can't even pronounce English players' names, but he is out injured. He's one of our strikers that we will be playing, but I'm not too concerned by that. Let's go and take a look at our pre-season matches. So as you can see, we've played a lot of matches. Let me count them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I believe that was. There's probably a much easier way to do that. There probably isn't actually. But 14 matches before we've even played our first Bundesliga game. That's a lot of matches to be played. And essentially, I cancelled all of our pre-season friendlies that we had scheduled. And I picked quite tough teams for a number of reasons. One, I wanted to test the team to see exactly what level they're at. And two, you get more money for playing these, and we needed more money in terms of bringing that into the club because we didn't actually have that much money, to be honest. As you can see, pre-season as a whole went quite well. So we played, obviously, our reserves, and we won 3-1, which, you know, you're kind of a bad manager if you don't win against your reserves. I don't want to say that because probably some people do, but, you know, you'd expect to win that game. Then we played Sevilla, and we only lost after we rotated the players. So once we brought our first teamers off and brought on, like, you know, the second team, we went and conceded a goal. So I wasn't too bothered by that. Then we played Nice, obviously, who Balotelli plays for. We won 2-0. Kalu and Alagoui. Fucking hell. Why am I even trying to pronounce these guys' names? Then we played PSG, and yet again, it was a tough match. We went a goal down, and then we kind of held in the match, and then we only conceded late on again after once more we rotated all of our players out. Then we played them. I'm not going to try with the pronunciation of that name, and it was a 0-0 boring game, to be honest. I wasn't too bothered. So we did have a bit of a dip in form where we didn't actually win for 3 matches, because we then played Victoria Pilsen, and we lost 1-0 at home. Obviously a very early goal for them, and then we tried to get back into the game. It just didn't quite happen. Then we played SK Rapid Wien. These names, guys. We won 2-0, 2 early goals in the match, got the job done. Then we actually started our Europa League campaign against Taravna. We won 3-0 away from home. I went with quite a strong team, only made 2 changes, and, you know, we got the job done. Then we played Juventus at home. That's a team I do know. And we drew 0-0. I was quite happy with that game. You know, Juventus, good team, brought some solid players, and we drew 0-0 at home. I can't really complain with that. Given the stature of our team at the minute, it's not as high as theirs. Then obviously we had the home leg in the Europa League, which we won 1-0. That fella who I can't pronounce his name, I may just start calling them by the first names, because that's what managers probably do to actual players, and it's probably easier for me. So Vedad got the goal for us. Then we played Krasnodar in a friendly. We drew 1-1, and we picked up an injury, but that was just a rotated team anyway, because we then had to play another Europa League match. This was the playoffs, and we got a 2-0 win away from home. Lascelles and Esvine getting on the score sheet for ourselves, so nice and comfortable 2-0 win away from home. Then we played our German Cup first round, which all the teams are in, and obviously all the top teams play away from home. We won 3-0. Kurt, Helgela, Jens, I'll just call him, and Julian got the goals for us, 3-0, and then we matched the scoreline in the Europa League playoffs second leg at home, with Julian again getting 2 goals and Kurt getting the other goal, again in a rotated team, mainly because we do have Wolfsburg within a couple of days later, so we can play our first full strength team today, which is good to see. And the final thing I want to touch upon is our actual Europa League group, which you've probably seen anyway when we were looking through the schedule. I feel like all my words were just mixed into one there. But we do have quite a tough group. We've got Man United, which will be nice, because I don't like United, and they just park the bus against Liverpool, so I may just go and do it against them as Hertha, and just piss Mourinho off, do a Mourinho against Mourinho. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Then we've got Genk, who were second seeds in the group. Then we were third seeds, and then we've got Slovan Bratislava. They'll probably finish fourth. We will probably finish second or third, and United will get first. Be nice if we get second and get to the knockout stages, but you will see that we've already exceeded expectations in the Europa League, because our expectations was to reach the playoff, and we've actually reached the group stages, so I can't complain at that. And one more win in the German Cup, and we've reached our expectation in the German Cup. This thing's pretty easy, isn't it, to be fair? You know, if we beat them, we're into the third round. We can get knocked out then, and I'm still fine. All we've really got to do is get a top half of the table finish, but I'm actually quite confident about our chances this season. Maybe we can push on for a European place in 5th or 6th, and potentially 7th, depending on the German Cup winner. But let's get into the game today, and I'll show you my team and so on, what we've been doing, what type of system we've been playing. That is not the team, do not worry, that was the rotated one. So I'll just get the team in place and then we'll come back. So that's the team we are going with today. There's the tactic and so on. Against Wolfsburg, I will just change him to a supporting inside forward. But that is pretty much that. It's going to be a tough match. Wolfsburg are probably one of the better teams in the division, so you know, there's no secret that this will be tough. We're without Nicholas Stark, he is suspended, so that's a bit of a blow. But there's our team. We are going with Kraft, Wieser, Lascelles, Brooks, Platten, Hard. This is probably the best part of the video, to be honest with me, just trying to pronounce these guys' names. Lustenberger, Gelnbred, Diadra, Dorida, don't know, Esvine, Kalu, and Sheba up front. I've probably pronounced one of their names right. Actually, I know I've got 2 or 3 of them right, so I'm happy with that. There's a couple of players who are injured, but they're actually one of them starting, to be fair. Wolfsburg obviously have an impressive team. Mario Gomez, Draxler, Gustavo, Arnold, Rodriguez, Brummer, Blazikowski, and yeah, they're just full of talent, aren't they, to be fair. I'll just get some opposition instructions on them, and I'll tell the team that this one's for the fans, and I may stick that on counter-attack, to be honest, and I'm just going to get retained possession on the go as well. But let's get into our first game as the manager of Hertha Berlin, and hopefully we can get a victory in our first match. Chance already by the looks of things for Wolfsburg. They are down our end. Oh, wow. How have they scored with that shot? I just thought it was just going to be a shot that goes close, but they're a goal up after 15 minutes. To be fair, you can't really say anything about that because that was just an absolute stunning strike, but it's disappointing to be a goal behind already. We are down there, and what? Was that a shot? Oh, I thought he shot then. Has gone out for a corner. Just disappointed to have conceded already. Wolfsburg down our end again. Just one moment of magic for them has given them the lead, and they nearly get another within quick succession. It's going to be a tough match this already, and they're straight down our end again. They're in our box, and it's another great challenge by the lads at the back. Oh man, this is tough. Okay, so it is half time, and it's not been good enough. That's very, very true. There's not really too much going on, to be honest. I just want to see a bit of a better performance from the lads in the second half. Hopefully try and get back in the match. Esvine to Lustenberger. Out wide to Kalu, probably one of the only players I can pronounce the name of. I will get there in the end. Here is Kalu, trying to get forward once again. Just keep giving the ball to Kalu. It works for me because I can say his name. It's just getting knocked around. We are playing some quite nice, patient build-up right here. We've just got to try and make it count. Don't really let them get a chance, to be honest, like they did, because they can punish us. Here's Esvine, get the ball into the box. There we go, it's in there. Oh, it is cleared. It's not clear very far, though. Kalu gets there, and it is a shot. But we've still not hit the target, which isn't good enough. Rodriguez delivers the ball. Oh, it's gone right the way through. How? Did no one get a flick on or something in there? Ball goes forward to Sheba. It's knocked on Diadra. I believe that Diadra, or Doradi, whatever the hell he's called, that number 16. Apparently he's a decent player. Here's Kalu in the possession. Oh, come on. We've got to be doing better than that. It's the first shot on goal, on target, more to the point that we've had, which is encouraging, but we've just got to be troubling them a bit more. Fine. Keep going, lad. This lad's got a lot of pace. Plays it to Sheba. That's got to be a red card. It is. Luis Gustavo is going to be sent off. So this is where we can potentially make it count. So Wolfsburg have made 2 reactive changes to that, and they've gone a bit more defensive, but we're going to go attacking. And hopefully we can get something from this game. Ricardo Rodriguez does come close from a free kick, but not close enough to trouble us. I'm just going to bring this lad on. Alaguay, I think that's how you say his name, as the advanced forward. And I'm also going to bring on this Kurt fella because he's been playing well in pre-season as a winger. So hopefully that will allow us to get forward a bit more, cause them a few more problems. Right, 15 minutes to go. We've really got to try and cause the keeper a few more problems here. There is a good shot. Oh, I thought we were going to get the rebound, or I thought it was just going to sneak in. That's our best chance of the game. And with just 5 minutes to go, I'm going to have to go overload. There's not long left now. If we can get a draw from this match, it's absolutely massive. We see getting forward. Here's Esvine in the box. He's delivered a cross or a shot. It's tipped over. There's only 2 minutes to go. Wolfsburg probably going to hold on, which is annoying. It's getting knocked around, and it's a foul to them. Oh, I thought they were going to give us a penalty. And it looks like it's going to end. It has. We've lost our first game in the Bundesliga. Oh, it was disappointing as well. They had a man sent off. It's not the ideal way to start this series, to be honest. Right, that was not the ideal way to start this series, but it's a start nevertheless. In the next episode, we're going to be playing Borussia Mönchengladbach, which again is just a ridiculously tough start to the season. That's a tough match, followed by the easiest match in the Europa League. So maybe that's the silver lining in all of this. If you have enjoyed this episode though, let me know by dropping a like on the video. Also comment down below what you thought of the match today. Do you think we probably could have nicked a draw in the end? Or did you think Wolfsburg deserved all 3 points? And if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. But thank you all for watching, guys. Until next time, goodbye.